Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing VUL versus CLG, and this is finally a match that CLG might actually win. I'm excited. I'm a huge CLG fan, for those of you who don't know. I will still try to be a little bit, well, normal, let's say. No, I am looking forward to them actually winning a game. I don't think they actually will continue in this tournament, but well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I know CLG is kind of playing very bad at this moment. They don't really have the teamwork required. They don't really have anything for the moment. And yeah, as you can see, they even get outplayed by these guys. There was a ward or they put a ward out to prevent the blue buff invade, but yeah, they lost their ward to a simple pink ward, and now there's a blue buff, or sorry, a blue ward at their blue, and that is of course what you don't want to happen, because if you're the red team in this case, then what you want is to have total privacy in your jungle, and yeah, that's definitely not what's happening here. So we have Jarvan jungle versus Nasus jungle. Once again a Nasus jungle, also once again a Karthus, once again a Rumble, once again a Thresh, once again a Sona, and I guess Caitlyn was banned this game, that's why they went for Tristana, because she also has that long range, and yeah, the pickup of this camp is of course, well, one of the things that you do as an AD carry nowadays. Because they go top lane every now and then. Well, not every now and then, like once every 2 games. They get top lane, and yeah, so that they can actually pick up that camp, which is of course the advantage that the blue team gets, because the blue team gets that camp all the time in the bottom lane, and yeah, well, now we see that well, we have a support with the jungler, which is kind of nice, but it doesn't really matter at all. Of course, we are coming in to help the AD carry here. It doesn't really matter. He is up 2 for well, 1 versus 1, so he doesn't really need any help, but it's all good. And an attempt at a snare there, but nothing going to happen. Karthus just standing around, doing his damage. Obviously, the CLG team has a lot of experience. They have experience also with 1 versus 2 lanes, like this Karthus has now. And yeah, normally we see HotshotGG playing Cho'Gath in 1 versus 2 lanes, but he went for Karthus this time. He played Karthus in one of the previous matches as well. That did not go well, because he was top lane then, and he got ganked quite a lot and just died all the time. But yeah, that wasn't really his fault. I mean, 1 versus 3, it's really hard to pull off. He was 1 versus 2, but then yeah, if the jungler comes in, it's 1 versus 3, and if they can tower dive you instantly, then yeah, or at level 3 or something like that, it's yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So anyhow, we have the jungler. No, that's not the jungler, that's Nidalee. We have Nidalee coming in here as well. Nidalee is, I'm assuming, the top. No, not the top laner. Where does she fit in? Hang on, she is... Is she the mid laner? Okay, yeah, sure. She is the mid laner. I kind of mistook Nasus for being the mid laner, but obviously he was the jungler. And yeah, so... completely messed up there. Obviously Nidalee has to be the mid laner then. And wow, this tower is already going down, because Karthus does not have the wave clear abilities that he needs to hold this tower. And I know that, yeah, I did a game, well, obviously a viewer game of some lower level players. And that was a really cool game. It was How to Win a Game in 10 Minutes, it's called. And yeah, they did it twice. They did it at 12 minutes and then at 10 minutes. And they killed the Nexus at 10 minutes, because they went all AD carries and they pushed the lanes. And one of the, well, actually more people said well, this is just a noob team, because if you get people with wave clear abilities, you can easily just kill everything and prevent this. But yeah, one of the examples, because there aren't any champions that have wave clear abilities at the first like 3 levels, and well, they killed the first 2 towers in like 3 or 4 levels. So my problem was, of course, with that remark that there aren't any wave clear abilities on champions in really early levels. And here you see that Karthus, I mean, this is very high level. Karthus 1 versus 2 cannot hold off that wave. He just can't clear the wave fast enough to hold his tower. So yeah, you can see how that really doesn't work. Even though, well, people thought it would work. But yeah, well, it certainly doesn't. Anyhow, it's 800, 900 gold ahead for VUL, who did get that third, which is 750 gold. So that makes up for most of that gold. Obviously, they may actually be a few minions ahead. And is that the case? No, they're pretty much equal. The mid lane is a few minions ahead for CLG, and the other lane is, oh, nice double kill there. But it is 2 versus 2. Yeah, the aggression came out from VUL, and then, well, the Karthus ultimate just cleaned up and made sure that that was a 2 for 2 trade. But yeah, the mid lane is a few minions ahead for CLG. The top lane was a few minions ahead for VUL, and that means that well, it's all about that tower, because that 1 tower kill actually, well, that put them ahead. But obviously it's not enough to make any kind of difference for now. But they are really aggressive, which is good, especially against CLG. They're having real trouble with their he missed one. But they're having real trouble with their team setup currently, and yeah, their teamwork. We haven't seen them do any teamwork at all yet. So I'm kind of looking forward to them actually becoming a team again. Maybe later in the season, I don't know. I'm not expecting anything out of this tournament, at least. And yeah, we do have Jarvan coming in, but running into a ward, even though he doesn't know it. So, well, Nasus coming in into mid. Might actually be able to pick up this kill, because Nasus is tanky enough. No, there is a fight going on now with Jarvan. Oh, they're not fighting. They're actually just, they met each other and they knew, well, this is going the way that the reinforcements are going to decide. And yeah, they both didn't want to risk that. Obviously not a good risk to take in the first place, because you don't want that to you don't want fights to happen if you're not sure about the outcome. And obviously Nasus invade, running over a ward again, and he's going to run out now. Nidalee making a nice jump there, and is actually, or should have actually been able to do some damage there. They knew they had a ward in that, they had a ward in that bush. They didn't know whether there was any other ward out, but she could have landed a very nice javelin there on Ezreal, and that would have made that Ezreal needed to recall. Wow, he actually missed everything there. That was pretty impressive. I don't think he could do that again. But yeah, he shot straight at the Tristana instead of aiming where she would be like a second and a half later when the shot actually would arrive. But I guess she was standing still at the moment or something like that. I don't know. Maybe she even jumped. But yeah, he missed everything because there was a little gap that would actually, that was actually created because of the movement speed difference there. But wow, yeah, that was pretty impressive, shooting in between both of them. So it seems that, yeah, we're still just happily farming both teams. The difference is still only that 1 tower kill, and the minions are still equal on both sides. Although not equal in every lane, of course, a little bit ahead for the one team on the one lane, but especially the Ezreal is doing well. He's currently about 10 minions ahead. Yeah, it was like 12, but whatever. He's currently about 10 minions ahead, which is not a big deal, of course, but well, if you can keep that up, if you can keep just gaining a little bit more every time, then he will in the end be a lot stronger than the Tristana. But the Tristana did get a kill and he only got an assist. So yeah, there's that, and that is of course a major difference. Definitely a major difference. And yeah, we have the red buff just going to the Nasus. Not really interesting, but yeah, well, directed camera will show us virtually everything, even if it's not interesting at all. But well, at least we get a little bit of the zap culture in here, which is a few seconds of everything, and then it switches to another lane and switches to another, well, something. Man, I actually know some people from VUL. That's kind of strange, because I really have never heard of the team before. Maybe if I look up the full name of them, because I probably have seen them, and we are starting to lag, so that means that the amount of video that I could actually queue, or well buffer, is actually done, and we're going to have to continue in a lower setting because this streaming site is really sucky. And I'm sorry about that, but there is nothing I can do about that. Well, except stop the commentary, reload 5 minutes of of the game, and then continue from there. Or 10 minutes. I think I can 10 minutes. Yeah, it's 11 minutes now. Last time it was 14, so that was a little bit better. But well, we're just going to have to continue in 480p, which sucks. But well, I can't do anything about that. It's just the way it is. Just a sucky site. It is Twitch, by the way. And Twitch has some reasonable streaming capabilities, but the restreams of their stream, like this is, that really just sucks. They should just put their videos on, well, on videos. The red team gets it, so no steal by Thresh. Oh, I wonder why. No, Thresh actually doing his best to try to steal that, but obviously he would have to have severe luck to make that work at all. And yeah, he didn't. So it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, Ezreal coming into this mid lane to try to push it, but not really happening. Nothing is really happening here. Currently just, yeah, everyone just chilling a little bit. Top lane, bottom lane all have one champion from both teams. And so 3 champions in mid for both teams. Yeah, they should actually just continue to jungle. Continue to pick up those minions and, well, just get more gold. Because more gold means a higher chance of actually doing something in the end of the game team fight. And especially for Nasus, he needs to stack up that Q. Because if he doesn't stack up that Q and doesn't have, or, well, he needs both his stacked up Q and he needs items. That's why he's not that good in the mid game. But yeah, we've seen the Nasus jungle quite a few times this tournament, and yeah, it is a good jungler. I mean, I'm not saying that, but it is definitely a jungler that has some troubles in the mid game, whereas someone like, I don't know, Maokai, which we haven't seen yet in this tournament, at least I haven't seen him yet. But yeah, this tournament has gone on for several days more than I cast. But yeah, well, the Maokai jungle doesn't have that gap in his playstyle, but he also doesn't have that massive damage in the late game. And of course, that is exactly what you want out of Nasus. You want to have that massive damage in the late game, because that is what makes him so strong. That's what makes him such a useful teammate, and that is why they pick him. So the Jarvan jungle on the other side is a whole different story. I mean, he is not that strong in the late game, but he is strong throughout the entire game. Just doesn't have the massive damage. He's still strong in the late game, even with reduced items. So even if he ganks a lot and doesn't get all the gold that he needs, he is still pretty strong and can still do a whole lot of good for everything. And he still has that wonderful ultimate that will trap everyone except for like Tristana and Nidalee. But yeah, well, the rest will get trapped by that and will have some trouble while in that ultimate because, well, the entire enemy team can then surround you, even if they can't get into that terrain, that arena. They can still surround you, and yeah, you are in trouble then. That's the basic thing about Jarvan. Oh, a nice flash, and is he actually going to survive? Yes, he is going to survive. So very nice flash, flashed out before the ultimate landed. Flashed exactly to the direction that he needed to be. Obviously, well, the Rumble ultimate went down in the direction that everyone kind of assumed it would, because it is the best direction. If he just did it to close up the lane a little bit, so kind of a diagonal, I guess, then Karthus would have had much more trouble flashing out of that. But I guess Rumble didn't count on a flash being up, because he could have had a kill right there. But hey, whatever, he got a tower out of it, and that is important too. That is good too. So, getting caught there a little bit, but we are going to finally pick up this mid lane tower, and yeah, there's still one tower behind, by the way, but the gold is now equal, and that means that CLG is actually farming better, because, well, the kills were equal. Now the kills are no longer equal, but yeah, the kills were equal and they made up for one tower, so that means that they actually gained 750 gold just from having more minions than the opponents. And that is, of course, something, well, that you would definitely count as an advantage for this team. Nidalee trying to do a javelin toss there, but not really managing to land the first one. The second one does hit, and he survives at no HP at all. Holy crap, that was close. Yeah, if she landed that first one, he would have been so dead. Because she definitely wouldn't have stopped chasing him then. But now, yeah, she stopped chasing because she kind of, well, was too far away anyway. But yeah, that is the danger of Nidalee. That's the danger of that javelin. And that javelin, yeah, it's such a strong way to just poke. And yeah, if you don't land it, yeah, that's fine, because it doesn't cost that much. It's a low cooldown. It's not a whole lot of mana compared to your mana pool. And yeah, all in all, it's just an okay thing. So that's cute. They have 2 pink wards out. They find nothing, but there's still a pink ward in the bush, and that means that they still are seen completely. And wow, actually the Ezreal picked up the dragon, which means that there was no smite available. No, and indeed it wasn't available. Either that or he missed his smite, but yeah, with the enemy team so close, you definitely don't want to miss your smite. But I don't think it was actually available. I can't really tell from the picto, but, well, that's the way it goes on 480p, right? So yeah, we do have some gank coming in here with, well, 3 guys now, 3 versus 2, but they don't really arrive at the same time, which makes that Ezreal can just poke and run away and poke and run away, and really no problem for him. And, well, top lane also currently farming along, not really worrying about anything. He's still 15 minions behind on Rumble, by the way. But, well, that's all good. The mid lane is pretty much equal, and the bottom lane, as you can see, almost 50 minions ahead. And this is what I meant in the early game. Early game he was like 10 minions ahead. But if he can keep just gaining more and more minions, even a little bit at a time, then he's going to get a whole lot more minions in the late game. And yeah, 50 more minions is a huge deal, even if your enemy has 1 kill. Because even if we disregard the 4 assists, the 1 kill gives you about 15 more minions. So if you're 50 minions ahead, you still are, well, 30 minions ahead, which is about 600 gold. So yeah, there's that. And that, of course, is quite a big deal. Because, well, 600 gold is a pretty decent amount on one champion. And especially on a carry. And while the javelin toss once again getting a big amount of damage done. And oh, look at that damage on both sides. Yeah, Kartus does not have enough damage yet. He doesn't have penetration yet. Well, except for a little bit of flat penetration. But yeah, really that the amount of AP is not there yet. The penetration, yeah, the flat penetration should work just fine on someone like Nidalee. Although Nidalee does have some magic resist. And oh, close to getting a kill, but a very nice ultimate from Tristana. Actually getting her out of range. And this is not going to be a kill. Nope. So we are currently in a game where we actually have some action and both teams are about equally matched, which is kind of telling you, well, the same story as the first TSM game, where, yeah, it means that the real pro team, the one that, that we expect to win, isn't really up to their game, because that was the way it was in the TSM game. And that is the way it is in this CLG game. They're really not just up to, well, their usual standard. And, well, that is, of course, partly due to the roster changes. And, yeah, that's why they're currently not winning. And that's just the way it is. But currently, yeah, a Baron, a very easy Baron, actually, for CLG. There really are no problem for them at the moment. They are 3 kills ahead. They got a free Baron without any interference, and yeah, they're just going to recall now and group up and win this. Not actually sure if they are going to push for the win right now, but normally we see them, just diddle around a little bit more and not really do anything for a little bit. But yeah, they will make use of that Baron buff to push at least 1 turret, because that is what you do with Baron buff. You try to get the outlying turrets, you try to get as far in as possible. And then once you get close enough to the base, then you back off. Because, well, you don't want to really full-on team fight unless your entire team is there. And as you can see, the CLG team is kind of still farming. They are grouped up here with 4, but because Tristana is farming in top lane, there's a maximum of 4 defenders here as well. Oh wow, Nidalee hitting another javelin there. And yeah, getting a nice kill there on a minion, but that really wasn't her thing that she wanted to do. And oh, we're not going to take out this tower. It was really close though. Kartus is getting tagged up with that slow and really long range javelin once again from Nidalee. And yeah, they really don't want to give it up. They really don't want to give up their turret, but bottom lane turret now goes down. That was too far of an outlying turret. There was no way they could defend that. And wow, look at that poke. Just the Nidalee is hitting them and just doing so with quite significant amounts of damage. So Jarvan jumping in there, getting slowed and backing back off. Knows that if he goes in there, there will be, first of all, no one to follow up. But second, because he's slowed, he can't really run out at the moment he wants to. And here is finally the third kill. There you go. And we are going into the base siege, but yeah, they will back off. As I said, when they come too close to the base, they will back off, because it's so easy to pick off these outlying turrets that you really don't want to waste your time on anything else. Because if you're just focusing on getting these outlying turrets, you should have no trouble just getting ahead. And that's all you need to do with the Baron buff. You need to get ahead. And once you get that, so once you get the few outlying turrets that you want, then you can see what else you can do, obviously. And oh, the slow going down, but no, he is still safe. Ezreal getting tagged up quite heavily there. He got snagged up by Thresh first, then got hit with the ultimate from Rumble. And yeah, he was about half health. He's healing up, obviously, with the help of Sona. That's why you get the Sona, because Sona is awesome. Sona is awesome. I mean, come on. Sona is a very good champion. She can definitely do some work. And oh, we are going in here. Double ultimate. The ultimate from Sona hitting like 3 people. And we are going to, wow, just lose some people here. The ultimate from Karthus, but it's not doing anything. Yeah, it scares away people. So they get a turret kill for two champions. That's definitely not worth it. 2 champions is about 1,000 gold, including the assists and all. Assuming that they are 300 gold for the... Well, it's 300 gold for the kill and then 150 or something for the assist. So 2 of them would be 900. And a turret kill is of course 750. Plus, of course, you need to take care of other things as well. So you need to take into account, for example, the death time, which isn't too big but right now. But yeah, you do lose that power on the field. So even if you make an equal trade, the enemy team can still push because, well, they have the champion advantage for that moment. Obviously, that's no longer the case. But yeah, they are going to lose the top turret. They are going to lose this red buff. So all in all, yeah, it's a few more casualties of that double kill, and the red team still grabs the dragon though. And yeah, the dragon makes up for both of those losses. It makes up for the turret kill in top, and well, it has some gold left over to compensate for that red steal, because, well, they stole the blue, so I guess that's about equal. But yeah, getting the dragons is still important, and maybe not so much because they need it, because CLG currently is far enough ahead that they don't really need those dragons. But if the enemy team gets them, then you lose 1,000 gold of your lead, and here you gain another 1,000 gold lead. So basically, if you can keep getting those dragons, you never allow them to make an easy comeback. They can still make a comeback, but at least not an easy one. Not like, well, we're just going to go for dragon, spend 5 seconds on dragon, and then run back into the lane. Because that is not what you want to have. Baron is coming up in about 45 seconds. And that means that we're going to have another fight over that. And I don't think they actually are caring about it too much yet. It seems that Karthus is all the way out of position. But he does have a teleport. So I don't know if he used... No, he didn't use that. Would have been silly to use it, yeah, because he wants to teleport into a team fight, because a 1 ward will allow you to teleport into that team fight, and of course that is exactly what they need to do. They need to split push here. That is why they grabbed the teleports on Katarina and Karthus, because if you can split push like they're doing right now with Karthus, then it is really hard to defend against that. And that's exactly what they need. They need to make it as hard as possible to defend against that. So yeah, 2-man dragon here, Baron, sorry. And yeah, that's why you have that teleport indeed. So he teleported right into the Baron pit, and they're going to get a 3rd guy to assist and a 4th one. And finally the enemy team sees this, but well, we pick up the dragon anyway, and almost get the kill on the one guy that actually showed up. Yeah, you can see here the importance of having those wards out, because the enemy team really saw it way too late. Baron was already half done, and then when the fourth guy showed up, that's when they finally started to do something. So Katarina still has her teleport up, which means that she can still just, well, go into one of the other lanes. And once this is over, obviously, you don't want to miss this team fight, but once this is done, she might actually be able to just push another lane, and then once a team fight starts to happen or is about to happen, she can teleport in with her team and just be safe. So yeah, the minions get taken out obviously by the VUL team. It is not a big deal. The CLG team will probably do the same in the bottom lane. Nasus is coming up to that bottom lane though, and I'm not actually sure what he's planning to do there. Is he going to go for the Katarina kill? Because I don't think he can kill her. But yeah, with two guys coming up, obviously that is a different story. The slow is done, and oh, she is so dead. Yeah, the slow obviously allowed everyone to catch back up with Katarina, who immediately darted out. Yeah, she had no chance against 3, obviously, and yeah, she couldn't really teleport out because, well, with the Tristana ultimate still available, she would have been disrupted easily, and obviously a disrupt would, well, just break the teleport, and that would mean you have a 300-second cooldown on your hands for something that you should have seen coming. So 5 versus 5 here, the team scores, and here you can see how important kills are in this in these tournament games, because, well, 10 kills total. Are you kidding me? Normally in fewer games we see like 50, 60 kills total, something like that. But yeah, this is a tournament game, man. 32 minutes, 10 kills total, 5 versus 5. But yeah, this is how you should play. You should play way more defensive than most players do, because as long as you stay alive, you can poke, you can do stuff. As soon as you die, first of all, you give away gold. But yeah, well, the enemy team will give away gold as well for dying. But it's all about not the relative gold, but the pressure you can apply with it. And if you just get more minions than your opponents, which is something you can totally control, and you don't die, then you should be fine. And that's exactly what CLG is doing here. They're getting more farm by getting more minions, more dragons, kind of the objectives you can actually fight about. And wow, that's some nice kiting going on. I don't think it's actually necessary, but it is nice kiting. And yeah, we see the siege here on this bottom lane tower. Yeah, really it would be good if they had one guy on the top lane just pushing that, because currently it's too easy to defend. Blue team just has to defend this tower. There are 5 champions on this tower, and well, top lane is pushing on its own. But if they get unlucky with the next minion wave, because this minion wave in the top lane is still going to get taken out pretty easily. Oh, Tristana is just moving there and going to jump on that. Yeah, as you can see, Card's ultimate really not doing anything. And we finally get the kill because of that aggression. The Card's ultimate went down, plus the Tristana went away. So they had the advantage there, and well, everyone backed off because they didn't know how much damage the Card's ultimate would do. It wasn't a whole lot. As you can see, everyone has well, healed up already, and that means that they shouldn't have backed off. They lost their tower just because they were scared. And here is that that ultimate from yeah from Jarvan, 2 flashes, or a flash and a jump, I don't really know. I think that was, yeah, that must have been Nidalee. But yeah, the control that you get from that Jarvan ultimate is still available in the late game. Hey, this is exactly what I meant. Tristana just jumps on that, gets a whole bunch of minions, and just, yeah, instantly, well, just pushes that back. There's nothing scary about that, because it takes her like 10 seconds, and then she can go back to defend with her team. Obviously, they did lose Dragon and a Tower, but, well, we are getting 10k gold now on our score screen, so 10k gold ahead. And that is 3 towers and like 4 dragons. And 2 barons. So we might actually be able to pick up another baron here. And yeah, with another oracles over there, I think, yeah, he does have oracles. Kind of doesn't display properly because it's behind his health bar, but, well, he does have one. And oh, are we going to snipe the guy with the oracles? Oh, that was close to actually them being able to grab that kill, but nobody wanted to go in. They were too scared. Could have easily done that, I believe. Yeah, they're going to take out all of the wards from CLG, because the blue team definitely wants to have this Baron, and it is up in about 10 seconds. Yeah, with Baron being up, it should be interesting to see what we're going for here, because both teams, well, know that it's up. Both teams are really close to it, and this time it is not going to be. Oh, the oracles timed out. There is no oracles anymore on CLG. They mistimed that. They missed the timer on their on the Baron by a few seconds, and they couldn't clear the wards now. Yeah, that is quite a significant mistake. And wow, are we going for a base race here? Really? Oh, disrupting all of the recalls. Brilliant ultimate. That was a brilliant play. And see, those kind of plays, we don't see those enough. That was a brilliant play. They actually get a free tower out of that because people couldn't recall. People didn't recall now, but wow, that was so good. And yeah, we are on this with the blue team, and oh, red team getting tagged up quite heavily. So the blue team now on the Baron, and we're going to have to see if this can actually still work for CLG. Obviously they know what's happening. What they don't know is how many people are there. They did have a count when everyone was still in the Baron pit, but they have no wards here. There are so many wards out though for the blue team. They have so many wards in that area. And it is just, Tristana just pushing in that mid lane. She knows that the rest of the enemy team is all there. And are they really? No, they shouldn't go for a base race, man. Base race is so dangerous. And yeah, Baron is left alone by everyone now. They know that both teams know that the enemy knows they're there, and they're watching it. But yeah, with no oracles, there is really no way you can do anything about this. No, there is no oracles, and this may actually be a big mistake. No, so far it's not too bad, but well, Cartes may actually go down here before the fight even starts. And yeah, indeed, the Baron did go to the blue team. Such a waste. Why? So the blue team gets a 1-for-1 trade, but does steal Baron. And of course, Baron is a very significant boost for them. Not only because they actually get 1500 gold from it, but because of that buff. And that buff actually is going to give them a few kills back. and a few towers and just everything they need to come back in this game. Come on, CLG, don't be noobs. 50 seconds on Dragon. They're still about 7k gold ahead, but yeah, you can see how much that has diminished over the little bit that they screwed up. They should have just stayed there and kind of had one guy on the Tristana and just stayed in there, especially because the teleports are up for both Karthus and Katarina. They could choose one of those two to stay with Tristana. Make sure they at least pick up that. They don't lose any kills to her, any tower kills, and keep an eye on her in general. But for the rest, they shouldn't have gone in for the Baron without an Oracles. And yeah, I've heard it so many times. Yeah, all these pro team or all those good players, they know to buy a Baron, an Oracles before they go to Baron. And then we see one of the pro teams just completely failing to remove the wards, and yeah, they lost the ward to exactly the Baron to exactly the one guy that can steal it, because with his Q, which is not actually even amplified, because he doesn't have the sheen. Maybe that last item I think doesn't have the sheen effect. But anyway, yeah, with his Q plus smite, he can actually steal it pretty easily if he gets close enough. And there's really nothing you can do. If he's there at the right moment, yeah, there's really nothing you can do about that, because he can time that, of course, perfectly. And yeah, what are you gonna do about that? So anyhow, CLG team now still offensive, even though the enemy team has the Baron buff. And we'll have to see if this works out. So the super minions still pushing in. Super minions are, however, not strong enough to go up against someone like Tristana. So they need to assist those super minions. But yeah, they're all in bottom lane, and the super minions are, of course, in top lane. The inhibitor is back up. Tristana is easily going to be able to pick off these super minions, and the inhibitor will live to fight another day. So yeah, the VUL team definitely coming back from quite a big deficit. They're still about 6.5k gold behind, but still it is pretty significant that they came back so far. They do have that Baron steal, which kind of gave them a big boost in their confidence. They got a few kills out of that. 2-for-1 trade, I believe, because Sona died as well. And yeah, just a big mistake on CLG. Can't believe that, man. Can't believe that. And you see here the Oracles is back, but it's going to be timed out by the time it's actually needed for Baron. So yeah, there's that. Oh, that was kind of silly. No pink wards, no nothing. And that is going to make a big difference. But yeah, with the Ruby Sidestone on the enemy team and only a Sidestone on the CLG team, they do have less wards to spread around. Of course, they do have the Wriggles Lantern. But yeah, still, it is kind of a shame to see that they make such a big mistake. Yeah, at such a moment. Man, it is, yeah, it's a real shame. It is a real shame. So anyhow, both teams really just taking their time to make sure that that nothing is going to happen. They still have plenty of time, of course, because this match is not over yet. And we're going to have to see whether they can actually make this work. Well, which team can make this work, because both teams can still win, although the CLG team does have better cards for now. But if they make another mistake like that, yeah, that may actually cost them the game. But yeah, minion wise, let's see, 428 minions versus 414, so both of the AD carries are super duper fat. And yeah, we see a complete build on Ezreal. Here you have the gold amount, 17,300 gold for Ezreal. That is an amazing amount. And 16,000 on Tristana. She has a full build now as well. She still needed to get the Quicksilver Sash going, and now that she has that as well, she doesn't need any more gold. It is pretty much done for both of them. And yeah, the rest of the builds can still use a little bit more gold. So yeah, farming is still a valid option. It is, however, yeah, going to take a little bit of time to get up to that amount of gold that they want to have, because these guys have very expensive builds normally, because they know they can get to 350, 400 minions. And yeah, that's exactly what we see here, the 450 minions mark, getting close there on Ezreal, which is insane. That is so much. That's that's really too much. But that is mainly because there are no kills. If he had like 5 kills, you wouldn't need that many minions, because, well, he just finished his full build. So yeah, there's really not a whole lot that oh wow, and almost getting the kill there. But there's really not a whole lot that that he could have left if he wants to get his full build. And wow, they couldn't actually make it work. Are we going to see another ultimate from Karthus to prevent the recall? No, it doesn't seem that way. But yeah, red team now going for the Baron. They're going to do it one by one, because yeah, if the one team is doing it, obviously the other team is backing off. And here we see it, the red team gets it this time, again without the smite though. And hang on, we have 1-0 this time for CLG, and they did pick up the Baron. At least I think I just said that. Yeah, Karthus picked it up, so yeah, that is CLG. So yeah, they picked up a kill and the Baron, and all in all, yeah, not a very clean fight, but at least they didn't allow Nasus in the pit this time, which is, as I said, the only one that can really steal it, realistically, or that you can't prevent from stealing it. Because the other dudes, yeah, they can still steal it, but yeah, you can at least prevent that. And oh, Karthus in trouble! Karthus going to get killed here. And yeah, he doesn't have anything anymore. Did have his ultimate, but it was kind of useless to use that, because it doesn't do enough damage to kill anyone or to damage anyone. Oh my god, that damage. But yeah, no, it's not going to do enough damage to prevent them from pushing, and you would rather have that ultimate available for the next team fight, when it might actually matter. But as you can see, they don't even care anymore about towers. Ness is going to just tank that turret a little bit, and then they're going to just kill the inhibitor. And man, this is pushing so hard into the other direction all of a sudden. And that's because that Nasus actually survived with his team until the late game. And this is when he becomes so powerful. This is when he can actually kill towers in 3 shots, and can kill champions in 2 shots or something. It's really insane damage that he gets when he farms up his Q. Of course, with the Sheen on into well, something. It doesn't really matter what you build from that. you can definitely do a whole lot. Of course, lifesteal is also very useful on that. He already has lifesteal, so you don't need to build it, but lifesteal is very useful with that because you get, well, tons of damage with tons of lifesteal, and yeah, that keeps you quite healthy quite easily. And we are all just going to try to prevent this push. Yeah, everyone recalled and coming in now to defend this tower. But man, it seems that the blue team is now just way stronger than the red team, because even though the red team has similar champions, yeah, they can't really kill the AD carries, and Tristana has been doing such a good job with her long range, just harassing, killing towers. And yeah, here you see the nice teamwork. Nas is tanking some turret shots while Tristana does the damage to the tower, and then of course the Thresh holding her out of there. And wow, that kill on Jarvan was huge, because he still had his ultimate up. He didn't get a chance to use it, and yeah, we're going to get some kills back though. Karthus is doing a good job of that was not Karthus, sorry, the I forgot your name. Katarina doing a good job of using that stasis exactly at the right time, and just preventing a whole lot of damage. And we're going to go into both teams' bases. Oh, might actually lose both of the towers. One tower is already down, and oh, a brilliant javelin, losing, well, almost half his health there. Oh man, that was really nicely timed. And yeah, there was really not a whole lot Asriel could do about that. He's going to heal up now on the red buff. Going to just lifesteal from that, and going to try it again, I guess. Yeah, once again going for that dragon, but by now the dragon is worthless, because 70k gold is the same as 80k gold. It's both a whole lot of gold. It's not going to change anything at all. But man, that javelin really discouraged him from going in there. Oh my god, the entire team is back up. The entire blue team, that is. The entire red team is also back up. But yeah, we're just waiting for the next push. It's going to come in pretty quickly. And the next team fight, well, they know that. It's been like that for like the last 5 minutes. Whoever loses the team fight with more than 3 champions is going to lose. So if you get aced now and the other team has 3 champions or even 2 champions available, after that that team loses. So if you get killed, you lose. Especially for the AD carries, of course, because if they kill Tristana but keep Asriel alive, then CLG wins. On the other hand, if they kill Asriel and keep Tristana alive, the VUL team wins. This is going to be one big team fight to decide it all. It's just that if someone gets caught here, it is going to be pretty painful. So top lane is going to get pushed a little bit by Asriel. He is the only one really farming it up. In the meantime, the rest of the team hanging around mid lane. Katarina going to go to bottom lane, it seems. No. She's just circling around to the back of her team. And once again, clearing the Baron with wooden oracles. And yeah, I think this is... You can pretty safely say here that... oh my god, whoever gets the Baron here is going to win. Although that is not entirely true, it is probably true. Because Baron does add a lot of damage and everything to your team, but it does not necessarily mean that you're actually going to win. But yeah, it is going to be a big boost for this VUL team, because they are going to pick up the Baron here. Unless... Oh, Karthus! Wow, that animation really not displaying where the damage is. But Cart is getting killed instantly, and yeah, this the rest of this team fight is going to be pretty easy. Yeah, triple kill there for Tristana. Oh my god. Yeah, they get an easy Baron after that. I can't believe Thresh didn't die. He was so low. But yeah, losing 4 of them and a triple kill for Tristana. Well, kind of finishing this off. Only Ezreal is still alive. Ezreal can poke, but he can't really hold this off at all. Because there's a heal, there are several shields, and look at how fast he melts. Yep, and there you go. Ace! And that's the end. So, as I said, CLG could have won this game, but they made a big mistake and actually lost this game as well. So I think with 0-3, they are out of the tournament. Not actually sure now, but I would expect that to be the case. Yeah, it kind of makes me sad, obviously, but yeah, that's the way it goes if you're a CLG fan nowadays. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.